Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Scott and this is another My Bourbon Journey review. So if you're looking for different reviews of whiskeys such as bourbons, ryes, American style whiskeys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification. That's going to alert you to when I'm doing new live streams, uploads, things along those lines. So today I'm going to be doing a review of Joseph A. Magnus. This is going to be their cigar blend batch number 9. So I'll kind of get into some of that information in a little bit. So again, Joseph Magnus is known for sourcing and blending. Their master blender is Nancy the Nose Fraley. Does a fantastic job. I mean, everybody who knows anything about bourbon or whiskey has an idea of who she is. I mean, she's world known in terms of what it is that she does and her craft, and the nickname, the Nose, you don't get that from not understanding different profiles and things along those lines. So Joseph Magnus, a little bit of information behind them. So originally they were established in 1892 and then reestablished back in 2015. Again, they are a company that sources bourbons, that uses master blender Nancy Fraley to put all of their bourbons together. So again, this is cigar blend batch number 9. This is bottle 451 of 542. She was nice enough to send me this bottle, autographed it to me, and I was very, very appreciative of that. So why don't we, like I try to do with all of my reviews, we'll go through the appearance, we'll go through the nose, the taste, finish, things along those lines. So a little bit of information on the cigar blend batch number 9 is this is 113.4 proof or 56.7% ABV. Again, non-age stated. These are blends of different whiskeys and bourbons, so there won't be any age statement on that. Again, proof 113.4, 56.7 ABV. Again, non-age stated, don't know the mash bill. This is a bourbon finished in Armagnac, sherry, and cognac casks for batch number 9. So why don't we go ahead, we'll kind of get into the review. And again, Nancy Fraley was nice enough to send me an email response back. I had replied or sent something to her asking if she could provide some information on that. So before we kind of get into the review, just to give you as the viewer an idea of what this is. Not that it's going to necessarily influence, my review. I'm simply going to give you what it is that I'm smelling and tasting and go from there. But this is going to be essentially words from her through the email. So I had asked her again the question of, essentially what is this blend? So she had responded, in short, cigar blend does have some of the original Oloroso, PX, and cognac in it. To be more accurate, though, it has about 15 to 20% of Joseph Magnus straight bourbon, the triple cask finish in it, rather than just taking individually from those finishing casks. So she takes that component, which is now 11 or 12 years old, combine it with a 12-year-old high rye bourbon, the 36% MGP bourbon, plus a little bit of 20-year bourbon. Blend it together, and then all of that blend is called the Coupe Mir or the Mother Blend, and then that gets put into the Armagnac casks and marry to go through the finishing process. And then she had mentioned before, the only reason that she uses any of the Joseph Magnus triple cask at all is because the sherry notes help give just enough sweetness on the palate, so that when you pair the finished cigar blend with a cigar pipe, the bourbon won't be too drying. So as if you're a cigar smoker or pipe smoker, you know essentially what that will do to the palate in just drying that out. So without that element, it would be too dry with the cigar. So outside of noticing just a little more sweetness, the notes that you'd be getting of sherry or cognac are really negligible. In fact, as far as added aromas from the finishing cask, the notes that are really prominent ones will be from the Armagnac cask alone. These will give it some pipe tobacco, prune, dried apricot, walnut, almond, hazelnut note, so a nuttiness note, and leather. So that was kind of interesting. I wanted to get an idea of what this blend essentially was. So that is in her words, essentially what this blend is. So with that being said, why don't we get into the review, and we'll kind of go from there. So you can see this is a really, really nice type of dark, like this bronze reddish type of, you know, hue to that. I mean, like almost a, like a wine-esque type of influence. So, boy, so right away you're getting this kind of like this butteriness type of nose to it. There's definitely that sweetness. You get hit with that dark fruit right away. You do kind of pick up a little bit of that apricot that she had mentioned before. I'll say sherry, but I'm going to say just the finishing influence. You do want to pick up that finishing influence to whatever that is. I don't know if I would necessarily, without knowing what all of it was, be able to pick out the exact you know, type of finish that it is, but you can tell there's some finishing aspect to it. Definitely some oak. A little bit of cinnamon is there, and that nuttiness is for sure there on the nose as well. So let's give this a try. Cheers. So with that first sip, you're hit immediately by a little bit of heat. So I mean, at 113.4 proof, you're gonna get some heat. Now again, that's the first sip. So once you kind of take another 2 or 3 more, you're starting to kind of prepare your palate for what it is you're tasting. So the heat has kind of gone down a little bit. Still there. I mean, that's a high proof for it to completely go away, but still there. Very mouth coating. Great mouth feel. That dark fruit, that leather. Getting kind of a nice, like, kind of cherry note as well. That finishing aspect, which is maybe part of that dark fruit and all of that, but fantastic on that part. Again, a little bit of heat, great mouth feel. Just a bold, in-your-face type of bourbon. Fantastic. Nice long finish. I mean, as I kind of continue to talk, it's just kind of really developing. Cinnamon starts to want to come through, but those dark fruits, a little bit of kind of vanilla note kind of wants to come through a little bit as well. So just lots of layers of different things. You know, I love the one, you know, thing with finished bourbons is the different aspects, the different layers that you start to get. So as it finishes, and with it being a nice long finish, that's where it's allowing these flavors to really develop. So fantastic, fantastic job. So sweet, leathery, dark fruit type of finish to it. Again, very mouth coating. Just a really, really nice, easy sipping bourbon. So I mean, this is a special bottle. I mean, price wise, you're in that 150 to 170 range, and that's retail pricing. So it does, you know, price wise, you know, makes this a bit more of a special bottle from the standpoint of not something you may sip on like every day. So it might become more of a special occasion type of bottle. But again, absolutely fantastic bottle at $150. If I could find this, I would buy it in a heartbeat. Hold on to a couple and share them with some friends, people who appreciate a really well-rounded, you know, bourbon. So again, you know, absolutely fantastic. So again, I have to say thanks to Joseph Magnus, Nancy Fraley for sending me the bottle. Very much appreciate that. Nancy for responding to my emails so she could give us a better idea of what this batch number 9 is kind of all about. So again, I'll have some links in the description below. So thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, leave me comments. Again, I'll have some descriptions or some links in the description below on Nancy. And like I say, it's about the journey and not the destination. Cheers.